Mindfulness Meditation. Take a seat and be settled and comfortable. Let yourself sit upright, halfway between heaven and earth, like the Buddha did under his tree of enlightenment, present, dignified, and relaxed. Allow your attention to come into your own breath and body. Let your eyes close gently, your shoulders drop, and your hands rest easily. Now, in this alert and relaxed posture, bring your attention to be aware of the natural rhythm of your breathing. Feel the natural rhythm of your breath somewhere in your body. Coolness, the tip of the nose swirling, tingling in the back of the throat, or the rise and fall of chest or belly. Take 1 or 2 deeper breaths just to feel how the breath moves in the body. Now let it find its own rhythm and bring the attention to feel the rhythm of breathing as it comes and goes on its own. Concentrate, relax, pay attention to the coolness, tingling, and then the end of the breath and the beginning of the in-breath, or feel the natural rise of chest and belly. If it is helpful, place the palm of your hand on your belly and feel it rise and fall. No need to try to control the breath. If the sensations are soft, let your attention become very careful. And as you feel the breath around your body, the waves of breathing will arise, waves of thoughts, feelings, sounds, and sensations. In the beginning, let them all remain in the background. Rest in the spaciousness of pure awareness, mindfulness of the breathing. Allowing the waves of breath to come and go as the center of the meditation, and all the other experiences to rise and fall around the breath. After a few breaths, you will notice that the mind wanders off into planning, remembering, analyzing, wondering if you're doing it right, thinking about other places or feelings. As soon as you notice, let go of where you've drifted off to and come gently back to feel 3, 4, or 5 more breaths until the next wave of experience carries you off. Bring yourself back to the meditation. Again and again, come back to the present moment. Rest in the awareness of breathing and let the world rise and fall around the breath. We have begun by establishing mindfulness of the body in the body through mindfulness of breathing. We continue the mindfulness opening to feelings, to thought, and to the experiences that rise and fall around the breath. The way to do this is in a simple image: to acknowledge and bow to what arises. To bow inwardly means to acknowledge that which arises without resisting or grasping. Seeing it for what it is. Acknowledge by name what comes up: thinking, planning, sad, happy, remembering, fear, joy. As these waves arise around, our breath allows us to take the seat of the Buddha and see the dance of life. Difficult energies will arise. Be aware of the wanting mind, or the if-only mind, that comes and says, if only I could get this, then I will be really happy. This is incomplete, and we bow to it and acknowledge desiring or wanting. Become aware of wanting when it comes and naming it, experiencing it in body and mind. Be aware of judgment or aversion or anger in the same fashion. Another opportunity to get into the body and recognize the thoughts and where they live in the body, all without judgment. If we cannot be present for these experiences, we are always running after something else. This practice allows you to be in the present moment. Bring your attention now back to be aware of the natural rhythm of breathing. Let the breath breathe itself. Relax into the breathing and feel each breath someplace as it touches the body. And now, as you are mindful of the breathing, periodically there will arise strong waves of energy, desire, or fear, remembering or planning, love, creativity, pain, or pleasure. As you feel the breath, when you notice that a strong wave has carried the attention off of the breathing to a different energy, let go of the breath and, as if to bow to it, name that softly. Oh, that's planning. And feel the wave of energy as it moves through body and mind, planning, naming it softly, with 5% of the attention, 95% feeling its movement in the body, and when the planning has stopped, return back to breathing. If sadness or excitement arises, you can name them in the same way. If a creative or delightful energy arises, acknowledge that. Imagining delighted rapture, and feel that energy as it moves through the body and the mind, and when it is finished, return back again to feel 3 or 4 more breaths in the center. Rest either with awareness of the breath or the same mindfulness awareness, acknowledging the rising and passing of experience as if you could bow to it. Let the mind be spacious like the sky, and let the heart be soft to touch whatever arises with kindness or compassion. You have been practicing the fundamental teaching of mindful awareness, which leads to an openness, a centeredness, and a freedom of heart in the face of joys and sorrows, pleasures and pains as they arrive. As we continue with the fundamental practice of mindful awareness that gives freedom to the heart, we become able to rest in the natural state, to shift from our reactions to pleasure and pain, joy and sorrow, and instead allow the unfolding of life from a place of wisdom. This practice is balanced with the practice of loving compassion. Within the mindful attention, there needs to be a tenderness and mercy for all that arises that is confused, shameful, or frightened. At the same time, it is possible to reawaken and strengthen that innate compassion that is a part of every human heart. We can sense the capacity for deeper loving kindness and compassion that is there in us. To do this practice brings happiness and joy. Take 3 more breaths and notice your breath. And when you are ready, open your eyes and come back into the room.